Beginners who start Amazon FBA have no idea where to begin, and I don't blame them. You sign up and suddenly you're staring at thousands of products, endless tools, and a flood of advice that doesn't seem to make any sense. It feels overwhelming, like there's a secret roadmap that everyone else has except you. And honestly, that's why so many beginners never get past the starting line. They spend months guessing, chasing random products, or worse, quit before they even make their first sale. After having a very tough start and now selling for 3 years on Amazon, I've started noticing a pattern. The beginners who actually succeed almost always start with 3 very specific categories. It's not luck, it's not a secret tool, and it's not about finding that one magic product. These 3 categories give beginners the chance to see real progress fast. But here's the thing, nobody really talks about them, but that's better for you because you're here. And that's why most people are convinced that Amazon FBA just doesn't work. No one guides them in the right direction. So I decided to break it down. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what those categories are, why they work, and how you can use them to start building your remote Amazon business in the right way. If you're brand new or still trying to figure out your next move, this might be the clearest roadmap you've ever seen. As far as products, of course. By the end of the video, you'll not only know the 3 categories that help beginners succeed the most, but you'll also understand why they're so powerful so that you can shortcut months of trial and error. These are hard-earned lessons from my own experience, and every category is just as important as the next one. So stick with me all the way through because this might be the one thing that changes the way you view Amazon FBA forever. So let's jump right into it. So the top 3 categories to sell for beginners. But first, I've sold every major category that you can think of. So I've had experience in every category, every product. I know exactly what works, and I tried every product when I just started off on Amazon, when I was gated or when things weren't working, all the different issues that you can imagine. So I have a lot of experience in this, okay? But let's dive into it. Now, the first category is pet supplies. Yes, your head might be spinning a little bit and thinking like, what pet supplies, what type of products? But it's important because I dove into 2 specific subcategories of pet supplies to give you even more guidance on figuring that out, all right? First, pet food. I did a killing with pet food when I first started off, and all of my friends and network in the industry also did. All types of pet food from smaller brands, bigger brands, you name it. There's a lot of really good suppliers out there like PetSmart, Petco that supply these products and discounts and BOGOs like never before. So pet food is absolutely awesome. Typically, the lighter weight pet food is even better because that way you can save a lot of money when sending shipments into Amazon. But pet food is a great category. Customers always keep coming back because their pet needs more food. So, and there was a very, very low return rate, like 1 or 2%. I never got returns or refunds. It was awesome, all right? Now, the other subcategory within pet food is pet toys. Pet toys are awesome, like dog toys, cat toys, cat balls, yarn, everything was so good in the early days, and it still is now. It was in the early days for me, but now people are killing it with pet toys. I see so many new sellers on all of these pet toy listings, like Kong or Milkbone toys. They're literally everywhere. So now these categories aren't in order, and they won't be in order, but they're not listed in order or anything. But this is a really pretty good first category to start off with. So maybe you can consider it as the best one, but it's a really, really top tier category. And the good thing is a lot of the major retailers like Chewy, like PetSmart, they are also available to buy and to get shipping pretty much anywhere, get free shipping, get discounts. It is awesome. So pet supplies is a great category to start. Now, next, for number 2, we're going to dive into dental, right? And now this is kind of like a subcategory within itself because dental is kind of like pretty niche or pretty specific. Typically, you could say like, healthcare or health and personal care. And personal care is a really good category, but dental, I found so much success in dental, and I see a lot of new sellers even today on dental products. Now, I also included 2 subcategories in dental, just like I did with pet supplies. So let's dive into it. First, protective care. And when I mean protective care, I mean like teeth whitening strips, like dental mouthwash for antibacterial stuff, like all these kind of niche protective care products people flock to. And the best part about it is people actually spend a lot of money on this stuff, right? Like $50, $60, $70. They're not like $10 or $15 items. They're pretty expensive. And Walgreens, CVS, the bigger retailers always carry them, and they always have these discounts on them. Now, it doesn't matter if it's a big brand or a small brand, they're gonna have success regardless. Both are really, really good. But protective care is awesome because it's very niche, and chances are you probably never even thought about it when selling products on Amazon. And of course, we have our data to make sure that we know that it sells well. I'm not saying that all protective care products sell well, but it's a really good beginner niche to start in that a lot of people don't focus on. Forget people focusing on clothes, hats, shoes, and all that stuff like that. That is very saturated and out of date. The new stuff is protective care, okay, and stuff alongside of it like dental. Now, the other subcategory, to get even more detailed, toothpaste and mouthwash. My first ever product, it's no secret that I've ever sold on Amazon, is mouthwash, and I had a tremendous amount of success with it. But toothpaste is great. And specifically, the best tip of them all, because I know some toothpastes are more expensive, but selling toothpaste or mouthwash in multi-packs, okay? So packs of 2, packs of 3, packs of 4, packs of 6, and that's how you get a higher ticket of price. When I say higher ticket, I mean like $5 or $10 or 5 times 10 times of a $5 price. So rather than selling something for $10, you're selling something for $30 or $40 or even $50 or $60 because you're selling multi-packs within one. So it is awesome to sell toothpaste. And again, toothpaste and mouthwash are kind of similar to products like pet supplies. They're always replenishable. People are always coming back to them. And you would be surprised of how many smaller brands out there that are so popular that I never knew of, or probably you don't know of, that people are flocking towards. So mouthwash is a critical one, all right? Let's keep diving into it. Now, lotions and creams. This is awesome from the big retailers and the small retailers, as long as you're buying from an authentic retailer. But with lotions and creams, Walgreens and CVS, and I know I mentioned them probably twice now, but they kill it with this. Because think about this. These big retailers, outside of Walgreens and CVS as well, but particularly them, they run all of these promotional discounts every single month, every single season, where it's like buy one, get one half off, buy one, get one free, buy one, get one 30% off, whatever it may be, but they are constantly running these. And again, what are you noticing across all of these products? They are perishable, right? There's something that people have to use because they have an expiration date and they're going to come back for, right? It's not like buying a tool that they have for one time and just buy forever. They're coming back to buy it again. And if they're not coming back to buy it again, another person is, right? Because that's the type of product that it is. And these big suppliers like this always have these discounts to make them profitable. And I know lotions and cream is pretty broad, but literally everything in lotions and cream does so well. Now, it's better to have these smaller items like the 6 ounces or 4 ounces, because it's better to ship a lot of units into Amazon. But lotions and creams are great. Now also, focus away from the non-mainstream. So get out of the mainstream brands. We want to look at the non-mainstream brands because nobody is walking that way, right? Think about this with Amazon. Do you want to be fishing in a lake where everybody else is fishing, or do you want to be fishing in a small pond where you're the only fisher, right? That's what I would rather be doing. And with the non-mainstream brands, especially in lotions and creams, people aren't thinking about selling some random, branded product of a cream or a lotion, and it does an absolute killing. And again, alongside with this mouthwash, I have basically started my business on lotions and creams of smaller brands, those non-mainstream brands, because people don't even think to sell them, right? So it's so dang important to focus on these as well. Now, the last but not least, the action plan. Ready, set, go. You have now received 3 categories that are pretty much the gems of the gems, right? The gold mine under the rocks that I've provided to you guys of pet supplies, dental, and lotions and creams. And no, I didn't want to give you these broad subcategories or broad categories like sell clothes, sell beauty products, right? That is garbage and that is nonsense. And I wanted to be pretty specific so you guys can actually find help. And that's why I do the same thing with all my sourcing videos. I go through sourcing videos. I talk about smaller brands. I talk about pet food. I talk about pet supplies. Go and dive in those if you haven't seen them already, because I want to do everything in my power to have you guys find success with Amazon, do it remote, and completely change your life. So there we go. I'm talking about some top 3 categories. As always, please subscribe and like or comment on this video. I want to continue to make more and more content to help as many people as possible out there. So there you guys go, and see you for now.